But first, new charges have been filed against the 21-year-old man authorities say carried out a mass shooting at an Independence Day parade in Highland Park, Illinois. The alleged gunman is facing 7 counts of first-degree murder. Monday's attack took the lives of 7 people. More than 30 others were wounded. The victims range in age from 8 to 85. Law enforcement says he planned out his attack weeks in advance and disguised himself as a woman to escape. CBS's Kris Van Cleave has the latest from Highland Park.
Tonight, 21-year-old Robert Bobby Crimo III is facing 7 counts of first-degree murder. Police say he sprayed more than 70 rounds down upon hundreds of people watching Highland Park's 4th of July parade. 7 were killed, 38 others were wounded, including at least 4 children. This is the suspect after the shooting, wearing what appears to be women's clothing as a disguise to make his getaway.
We do believe Crimo pre-planned this attack for several weeks. He brought a high-powered rifle to this parade. He accessed the roof of a business via a fire escape ladder and began opening fire.
Police say the shooter dumped that gun. It was similar to an AR-15. Officers caught Crimo more than 8 hours after the massacre just 5 miles away. In the car, another rifle. Investigators spent today collecting evidence and clearing leftover items along the parade route. Lizzie Kennedy came back to the scene today. This is the Kennedy family Monday being escorted to safety by heavily armed FBI agents.
My daughter is only 8 and she was screaming, "Please, Mommy, I don't want to die." Sorry. She screamed, "Please, Mommy, I don't want to die." And I'm like, "You're not going to die. We have to go. We have to run."
It was a gruesome scene.
Dr. Lauren Schechter escaped the gunfire and went back to help.
I'm a surgeon. I've worked in trauma. The wounds we saw were military-level wounds. It wasn't a typical civilian handgun wound that you'd see come into the emergency room. These were devastating injuries.
You essentially became a battlefield medic.
Well, we did what we could do with what we had.
While the suspect's motive remains a mystery, police are investigating his disturbing online history.
Certainly seems like there were a lot of warning signs. Did people see those warning signs? Were they missed? Did this slip through the cracks?
You know, unfortunately, I think there are a lot of people who use social media as a way to gain attention. I'd like to focus on the fact, frankly, that this was a gun that was apparently obtained legally, and we need to re-examine our laws.
Crimo's uncle Paul says he saw no warning signs.
There's no indication that I've seen at all that would lead up to this. I am so sorry, from the bottom of my heart, and I'm very heartbroken.
The state's attorney has now announced 7 counts of first-degree murder against Crimo in these cases. Those charges were met with applause as they were announced. We're also hearing the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, who is in the Chicago area, is making her way here to Highland Park this evening to pay her respects to the lives lost. Now 7 lives lost. John, we've also learned the suspect's guns. In fact, he owned 5 of them. They were all legally acquired.
Kris, thank you. Investigators say there could be more charges coming. Is terrorism on the table as a possible charge?
So that would be a federal charge, and so far no one is commenting on the possibility of federal charges. Certainly that's going to be investigated. One of the things police have said is at this point, now some 30-some-odd hours into this investigation, there doesn't appear to be any sign that this was a racially motivated attack or an attack targeting a specific group or religion. It appears that this was a planned, premeditated event, police believe, but that the victims were random. One witness said it seemed as though the suspect was just spraying gunfire down on the crowd.
And we've heard from Senator Dick Durbin, Illinois Senator Dick Durbin. What did he have to say?
He was here at the scene earlier today. He had 2 messages. He said, look, it's a 50-50 Senate. There aren't enough votes to pass things like an assault weapon ban. He said, so if people want to see things like that, they're going to have to vote. But he also said that every senator, every representative has to prepare for the fact that they're going to have their own Buffalo, their own Highland Park, their own Columbine. because these shootings just continue to happen and happen and happen. The senator's point was that this is not one community's problem, it is the entire country's problem.
All right, Kris Van Cleave for us on the scene. Thank you so much, Kris.